I'm Lauren Whitehurst. I'm a certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach.
Hi, I'm Sunny Lippincott. I'm a certified professional life coach and a certified brain health professional.
We also have Angela Salyers, who is a licensed professional counselor, and the three of us together make up
Whole Life Vitality.
We teach whole life vitality of the mind, body, and soul, bringing the physical, emotional, and spiritual together for whole life wellness. Welcome back.
Welcome.
We are so excited to have you here today. We are here to talk about something that kind of hit us both like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, it did.
This last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It's been creeping up. Your reaction, your choice.
Yeah. People are hearing that and they're like, what? Mm-hmm. So, we're both coaches. Mm-hmm. With life coaching, a lot of times you are talking to people and they're kind of realizing their purpose.
Yeah.
Like what they really want to do. But it scares them because it usually involves you putting yourself out there. And that can be really scary to, just be. And everybody sees that. You just feel so vulnerable.
Yep.
And so it's, I have clients that they know what they want to do. They know what they're called to do, and they're scared because of how they'll be received. Maybe by family members, maybe by friends, on the internet. And I kind of tell them that, the opposite of fear, is not just be brave, and you got to feel brave.
Right.
It's doing it despite that, because you cannot control what people say about you.
That's so funny. So maybe our episode here should be your reaction, your choice, other people's reaction, not your business.
Yeah. 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 There you go. It's, the thing is that you have something in you that someone needs, that someone can identify with, that someone really resonates with, and, to hoard it out of fear of what might be said is really robbing the world and people who could use what you have to help themselves.
And we just had this conversation this morning about how when we are talking to clients and when we're feeling inspired with information to give our clients, often we're like, oh, that information was for me.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with me too. And it hits home as you say these things, because that is something you and I have both struggled with as we are putting this information out there for you, as we're putting ourselves and our jobs out online for the world to see. Then we're like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Well,
we're just going to keep doing what we're feeling called
Yes.
to do, and hope and pray we have the strength to keep doing that.
And sometimes we think that because, we know ourselves, we're so passionate about what we're doing and what we're talking about, that other people are just going to see that and understand it and accept it. And the truth is, not everyone is going to understand your calling because it wasn't a conference call. Like, they didn't get that memo that you got. And that's not who you're here for if they don't understand it. And that's okay. They don't have to. They don't have to understand it. That's not who you're speaking to. That's not who you're writing to. That's not who you're reaching out to. That's not your people.
Well, and we don't have to see eye to eye 100% of the time. You said it so perfectly when you were talking about, what was that? The gold and white dress.
Yeah.
Was it gold and white?
Blue and gold,
blue
right?
and gold. Okay.
I don't know.
The blue and gold dress that went viral, just went viral crazy, like took over the internet. And everyone was like throwing down on just, they knew for sure this dress was gold. No, that dress is blue. In the exact same picture, everyone's looking at the exact same thing. And they're taking it so differently. And I think what I took from that, the lesson to take away from that was it's okay to see different things. It's okay to not agree on something because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The color of the dress, it didn't matter, but it was such an interesting process to walk through. You know, what is it? A study in social behavior.
Yes.
to walk through as you see the people who got very invested in needing everyone to agree with them, and the people who just kind of sat back and didn't comment and were kind of concerned about other people disagreeing with them. But if we look at everything in our lives the same way, as it's okay that I think the dress is gold, or it's okay that I think the dress is blue and you think it's a different color, because we don't have to think the same thing, but we can still respect each other's ideas in the process.
Well, that's why we wanted to make this, is because you can't stop people from giving you their opinion. Okay. Mm-hmm. They will always give you their opinion, whether it's warranted or not. And you can't change that. That's out of your control. Okay. That's something that you can't stop. So having an understanding that when you put yourself out there, not everyone will understand who you are, what you're saying, what your passion is, what your purpose is. And you can't control that. But what you can control is what you do with that. Mm-hmm. People are mean sometimes. And we did this because, we don't do a podcast because we think that we're incredible speakers. And no. Mm-mm. We did this because it's another way for us to get our message out for maybe those people that aren't on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and they're really into podcasts and, they would listen. So it's another way for us to get our message out. We both felt called to that. So we did it, but we don't do it high-mindedly thinking that, here we are, we know exactly everything, we've got it all figured out, glean from us. That's not what we're doing.
Wouldn't that be nice? Though?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice if we had it all figured out all the time?
But we don't.
That would be great.
We are just normal women. We're two normal women living what we think is normal lives. And we realize, I bet other people are feeling and struggling with the things that we feel and we struggle with. Let's get out there and let them know they're not alone.
Yep.
That we see you, we hear you, we understand you. And these are the things that have helped us. Mm-hmm. And that's why we do this. But what we realize is that sometimes people may see us and think, they think they know everything. They've got it figured out.
Or they might see us and think they clearly don't know anything.
Yes. Either way.
But you know what? That's none of our business.
No. And that's the point. There is criticisms that you can learn from. Everything is a learning experience. Mm-hmm. Nothing is a failure. We do not fail in life. We learn in life. And if everything was always perfect, if everything always was successful, there would be no growth in that whatsoever.
Yep.
So through these things, we can learn and understand, is this something that is this critique that we're getting, is this something that we can take, apply, and, okay, we could add that in? Or is this something that, this person doesn't see our vision, and that's okay. And you just move on.
Well, and it's so interesting because some people might say something and you don't know if it's a criticism or a compliment or something in between. And it's all in how you choose to take it.
So that's what we're going to do. We have a blue dress, gold dress comment that was left on our podcast. And initially, Lauren took this as kindness.
Okay, so I I saw the comment and I read it and I went, "Aw." And my daughter who's sitting next to me, she said, "What?" And so I went screenshotting it and sending it to Sunny like, "Oh my goodness, this is so sweet." And as I was screenshotting it and sending it to her.
Blue dress, gold dress.
As I was screenshotting it, I read it again and I thought, "Hey.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's rude."
So,
And I felt both sides of that coin. I felt all the emotions of, "Oh, that's so sweet," and all the emotions of, "Oh my gosh, my feelings are hurt."
Yeah.
And
I got the comment and thought, rude. I didn't even have the all. Immediately I said, rude. So number one, it does not matter.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Mm-mm. But we're showing you with this that, perception.
Yes.
You can get really stuck in comments, in, words.
And other people's opinions.
And
dirty looks. And, oh my
Yes.
goodness, so many things that you can get stuck in. But it's all just outward. And it has so much more to do with how you feel about yourself.
Yes. If you know that what you're doing, despite it being hard and challenging, someone is still out there listening to you and, saying, "Hey, I heard that and I really needed that this week." I don't care if it's one person.
Yes.
I don't care if one person hears this. That one person, you have made a difference.
Hang on. So let me read it first so I can read it in the tone of voice that I heard it in when I first saw it. Okay.
Here's the comment.
And then you can read it in the tone of voice that you heard it in.
Here you go, guys.
You ready for this? And we'll put a screenshot of it up so then you can read it in your own tone of voice and tell us what you think. "If you ever feel useless, remember, these two females exist." That's how I heard it the first time. And I thought, oh my goodness, for those people who are feeling useless in the world, they can contact us and we exist and we can walk you through that process of feeling down on yourself. That was my initial reaction.
So she sent it to me. And I heard, if you ever feel useless, remember, these two females exist.
And I showed my husband and what's funny is he read it a completely different way. So a third way he read it and he goes, "Well, it could mean this." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't think about it like that." And you showed your husband and he thought
like I did. Wow.
He thought it was rude. Okay. So he thought it was rude.
Yeah. So you see me and my husband.
And I was just perplexed. It was in my mind all evening and I kept going back and forth. And ultimately what I landed on was, it's my choice. Mm-hmm. It is 100% my choice. I can let this make my day or I can let it ruin my day because there's really no punctuation to show what the meaning of that was. There are no emojis on it. It's all just a blanket, put out there, black and white. Okay, completely up to me. And I chose, I'm going to let it make my day.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, what I took out of it was fuel. It really fueled me to let people know that you're not always going to be agreed with. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. Because that person is not who's supposed to hear your message. And it has helped because I'm coaching people through starting podcasts. I'm coaching people through writing books. I'm coaching people through these things that they want to do, starting businesses. And I get to use myself as an example of, listen, it's okay. Mm-hmm. The criticism can't hurt you unless you give it permission to.
Yep.
You have to give them permission to hurt your feelings, to affect you, to offend you. You get that decision though. They don't get to. They can put it out there, but you have to give them permission for it to penetrate. And that's the point where you understand, what am I going to do with this? Is it going to stop me? Is it going to stop me in my tracks and say, I can't handle this? Or are you going to use it as a learning experience and say, okay, what can I do this? And I have used that to help other people say, hey, listen, it will happen. It's not a matter of if someone disagrees with you. It's when someone disagrees with you. What are you going to do with that? You remember your why. And that's what I did with this comment that could be taken either way. He might actually, it is a he might actually hear this and then shed some light on the situation and actually make it abundantly clear. So stay tuned. But regardless.
And that's okay too.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's totally fine.
Regardless, it's, what are you going to do with that when it happens? What is your why? And for me, my why is not that. It's not my why. My why is the people that I'm coaching, the people that I'm encouraging, the people that I'm helping to feel seen, to feel understood, to say, hey, I actually do know what you're feeling because I was there. I actually felt that feeling, and here's what I did. I don't want to just say, hey, I see you, girl. I want to see you, and I also want to say, there's something that you can do.
Yeah.
You're not hopeless. This is not the end of your story.
Well, and just to add to that, if you do have those negative interactions or comments or people in your life that leave you feeling less than, and you're like, oh my goodness, I let it in. Now I feel bad. And now I'm feeling bad for feeling bad. And this is shameful because I feel bad. It takes practice to build those boundaries so that it doesn't penetrate. And that is something that we work on as well. And so if you need help in that way with coaching, then we're here for you for that as well.
Yes, we can be your blue dress, gold dress couple here. I'm hoping it's those two colors, because if not, we're going to have a lot of comments like, you guys had it wrong. Doesn't matter.
It was white and silver.
Whatever. But you get the gist of it.
Oh, so funny. I loved having the space to think through that comment, though, to not just let it take over how I was feeling, to not just get down in the space of, oh man, okay, like this person is telling us that we're not worth anyone's time, or that we're worth everyone's time, and to not get bogged down in that, but to be in the mental space of saying, let's dig into this. Why did I have this feeling? What was I feeling? Was it true? Is there space to say that maybe it wasn't true? And to kind of live through those tools, those coaching tools that we have, and work all the way through it for myself was actually very therapeutic. And coming out the other side, I felt stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you might be at a place where you might be getting lots of those comments, depending on what your calling is. Some of them are more controversial than others.
Some of them might be coming from your children.
Yes. But the fact is, it's understanding that point of, how much attention do I give it?
Yeah.
And then that's enough. So you don't want to spend all day reading these comments, then don't.
Yeah.
Don't let people tell you that you have to. You don't have to respond back to them. You don't. You can keep doing what you're doing and say, what? Thank you. Thank you. Just say in your mind. You don't even have to say it to them, just in your mind. Thank you for that.
What's that song? Thank you. Next.
Yes. Just move on. Just move on. Yeah. But don't freeze. Yeah. Don't let this, or let the comment, or, the negative, or, even, and I tell people, when you have a kind of a dream inside of you, it's a gift. So be very cautious of who you share that gift with when it's in its infancy, because you don't want to share something that you have inside of your soul with someone that is going to tear you down.
Yeah.
Because it will never get past its infancy. So as you begin, make sure that you are surrounding yourself with those who edify you, who encourage you, who build you up, who support you. Make sure you have a great support system. And if you don't,
Reach out.
reach out. We are here. So if you're kind of an island right now, maybe you don't have the family or the friends, but you do have that desire inside of you. You have that goal. You just not sure how to get there or what to do, what's next, and you just need the encouragement. Please send us a message, reach out. We would love to be that support system for you, because we had support systems. That's why we're here, because someone said to us, you can do it. Despite what we were saying to ourselves at the time, or what maybe other people were telling us, we had someone that said, you can do this. You were called to this. You were given this gift, this ability. You have to keep going.
What anyone else has to say about it has so much more to do with what's going on inside of them than what's going on for you.
Right.
So when I tell people someone else's response to what you said, it's not personal. It means that has nothing to do with you. Their response is personal to them and to them alone. And they might be trying to push that on you.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with you.
No.
So
All right.
if you're feeling low, we'll talk you through it. If you just need encouragement, we are here for you. But we would love to hear what you think of the comment. And if you think it is a blue dress or a gold
positive
dress.
or a negative. Let us
Positive or
know.
negative, or something in between.
Yeah.
If you took it a completely different way.
Let us know. We would love
Yes.
to hear your take on this. Who is right here?
So funny. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.